I think the lesson of both that dot-com bubble burst and the 2008 recession is that great companies were formed during the recession, that recessions could be great times to build a company because there's a lot less distraction and competition. I mean, here in the Bay Area, it's going to be a lot easier to hire. It's going to be a lot easier to get commercial real estate. There's going to be a lot less distraction. Also because I think big enterprise customers, to take the risk of adopting from a startup, or any customer, it doesn't have to be an enterprise, it can be a consumer. Why would you sleep on an air mattress in somebody's living room instead of booking a hotel room? And for that matter, why would you allow a stranger to sleep on an air mattress in your living room? And the answer is because you're both broke, right? Airbnb got off the ground during the recession for exactly that reason, because it gave people an existential reason to contemplate change, to take a risk. And so I think that VCs have learned. And every VC I know says, my checkbook's open, I'm investing through this recession. Now, I think the reality is it's a little bit dependent on the timing for the VC on where they are in their fund deployment cycle. So if they're close to the end, if they're almost out of money in their current fund, and they have not already raised their next fund, they're in a little bit of a pinch because now is a really lousy time for a VC to fundraise. It's really difficult for us to raise money without seeing people in person face-to-face. And it's also the people we raise money from, the big institutions, they themselves may be facing a crunch because they have big portfolios that span public markets, real estate, other areas that might be pinching them. So now is a tough time for VCs to fundraise. But if the VC has raised a fund within the last 12 to 18 months, chances are they're actively in market and they know this is a good time to deploy new capital and put it to work, especially at the early stage. So you can find our last press release and see how old it is and probably estimate whether we have dry powder or not. So in that sense, no, I don't think it's a bad time to fundraise. I think it's an excellent time to start a company. I think it's an excellent time to fundraise.